Bem-vindo! Welcome to the Soccer Academy. My name is Antonio Suave and I'm your host. Today, we're coming to you from the beautiful country of Portugal. Hey, the Soccer Academy is brought to you by the good folks at the Global Foundation for Peace Through Soccer. And if you want to know more about the Global Soccer Foundation, go on to globalsoccerpeace.org. Always and everywhere, they're spreading a mission of peace through soccer. Hey, you know what? Lisbon is known as the city of 7 hills. That's right. And right now I'm standing on top of one of the most famous. It's called O Miradouro de São Pedro de Alcântara. I know, it's a mouthful. I am now in front of the beautiful fountain in the middle of a Praça do Miradouro. And praça in Portuguese is actually plaza or square in English. And just behind me is the magnificent convent known as O Convento de São Pedro de Alcântara. We're now in the famous neighborhood known as Alfama here in Lisbon, and I'm here with my man, Samuel Becerril. Samuel, thank you very much, my brother.
My pleasure, man.
We're gonna drink some sweet cherry juice from right here in Lisbon.
Lisbon regional.
Yes, for sure. Saúde.
Saúde.
All right, this is good stuff without sugar.
Light.
So tell me, you know, I'm wearing this Portuguese national team soccer shirt.
Yeah.
What does this logo mean?
The logo has 2 symbols of memories of Portugal. Okay, the first one is the cross at the back of that shield that represent the Order of Christ. Okay, the Order of Christ was actually the replacement of the Order of the Temple, the Knights Templar that had helped the King of Portugal to get the independence of this country. So later they stayed in Portugal as refugees, and they changed their name to be named the Order of Christ. Okay, then in front of the cross, you will find a shield with 5 smaller shields. Okay, those represent the 5 kingdoms that the King of Portugal dreamed of when he conquered Lisbon. He imagined that he was going to be the king of 5 houses in this country, and it was a promise that Portugal would inherit the kingdoms of the seas. Okay, so Portugal,
incredible.
As a culture, Portuguese people got obsessed with the navigations and the way to explore the world by the ocean. So that's what we remember in those kind of shields in the football team. Elements of success and power and greatness.
Yes, and it's still very much of a Catholic country, so the cross is very valid, right?
It has to be there. Very conservative, very Catholic country, very traditional too. They have preserved that.
Well, this is fantastic, and I want to tell you, I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy to drink this healthy fruit juice because for soccer players, you know, that's very good.
Oh, you will be very happy after drinking the healthy juice, of course.
All right, so let's get started on the gastronomical tour. What do you say?
Let's get started.
Okay, saúde, saúde. Stay tuned, stay right there. We'll be right back with more of the Soccer Academy from Lisbon, Portugal. Hey, hey, welcome back to the Soccer Academy. Today, we're in Lisbon, Portugal. Portugal is well known for its beautiful parks filled with magnificent trees and flowers. And in just about every park is a kiosk or a kiosco. It's a little shop that serves everything from beverages to coffee to sandwiches. And they even have live music.
Ser alegre que ser triste, a alegria é a melhor coisa que existe, é assim como a luz no coração. De tristeza é preciso bocado de tristeza, senão não se faz samba não. Poesia, se hoje ele é branco na poesia, ele é negro demais no coração.
Hey, in and throughout the entire country of Portugal, there are these indoor soccer training facilities that are magnificent. Why is that? Because you can come and train on your own, you can play with a team, or you can engage in soccer tournaments known as tournaments of futebol de salão, which means indoor soccer, but we know it as futsal. All right, as a soccer player, it's very important to understand that when we're dribbling the ball, we need to keep it close to our feet. The other thing is we need to have our ankle shifting in different directions, all right? So it has to be flexible, yet firm. The other thing is make sure we shift our body as we move along. In this drill, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the outside of the foot, inside of the foot in succession. So every single step we take has to be a touch on the ball. The other thing is we want to make sure that the ball does not go too far out in front of us, and we don't want to keep our head only down. So you want to make sure that your head goes down, your head comes up, head goes down, head comes up, and you also pivot it so you know where everyone else is standing. All right? So again, let's touch the ball softly, short steps, and we're going to shift our weight from left to right as we're pushing and pulling the ball back in. All right, so the way that it looks is like this. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside. A Kreuz turn. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. And another turn. As soccer players, we know there are many ways to dribble a ball. This next drill we're going to do is our laces, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to slice down on the ball continuously with the laces of our shoe. So a few things that we have to remember when we're doing this. First and foremost, every single step is going to be a touch on the ball, and it's also going to be a slice on the ball. So we're going to be coming over the ball, slicing, slicing, slicing. So we don't want to take a step without touching the ball. Next thing is our knee has to be firmly over the ball itself. So when we come down on the ball, we're not jamming our toe. And that's why we got to keep the toe of our foot pointed down all the time. And we're going in progression. Again, every step we take is a touch on the ball. Stay tuned, stay right there. We'll be right back with more of the Soccer Academy from beautiful Lisbon. Hey, hey, welcome back to the Soccer Academy. Today, we're in Lisbon, Portugal. Here in the Chiado district of central Lisbon, there are many of these wonderful newsstands. I miss these things because I get to come and see all the soccer magazines. And behind me on this hill right above is a famous castle. It's known as the Castle of St. George, and in Portuguese you say São Jorge. All this commotion, this is what it's really like to live right here in downtown Lisbon. That's right, I'm walking on the famous Rua Augusta, and behind me is the entrance to the city known as Praça de Comércio, or Commerce Square. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. No, actually, I wish it was colder. It's pretty hot. But you know what? Chestnuts, also known as castanhas, are very popular here in Portugal. And behind me is a homemade chestnut stand. Let's go have some. Come on. Oh, bom dia, tudo bem? Estas são castanhas feitas à mão. Posso? Sim, cono. Quanto é cono? Ok, tá bom. Muito obrigado, então. Você se chama?
José Manuel.
José Manuel, muito obrigado. Muito obrigado,
Igualmente.
então.
Obrigado.
I'm standing in front of one of the oldest trees that is classified here in Lisbon. It's called the Cedar of Busaco do Príncipe Real, and it is over 150 years old. In 1940, it was the first tree registered with the National Portuguese Registry of Public Interest. So from history to culture to language, and of course here in Lisbon, you've got a lot of tourists coming, right?
A lot. Now it's growing a lot, tourism. So yeah, it's growing big time. Here. It's right here, the place where we're.
This is it. This is our next place. This is fantastic. Let's do it. Let's go in. Tell me, what do we have here?
We have here one of the Lisbon's favorites, which is the octopus salad.
Oh, yes.
It's a very Mediterranean flavor that you will find over there. Spices, olive oil, vinegar, herbs, and
This is
the octopus
fantastic.
that crowns everything over there. So
Right, and this has got some tentacles in here, right? But it won't bite us, will it?
it won't bite.
All right,
No worries.
that's what I'm
It's
worried
already-
about. Okay, I'm good. Put that here. We're getting some juice on the table. You got it, brother. Be careful. Watch those tentacles. They're going to eat the inside of your cheek. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? This is awesome.
Another Lisbon favorite.
Wow,
A
this
grilled
is
chorizo.
incredible.
Okay, there's only-
Grilled chorizo.
There's only one way of eating chorizo here in Portugal, and it's like this. Okay?
It's on
Grilled.
fire.
Fire. Okay?
Wow.
It has to be on fire. Portuguese chorizo is very different from Spanish chorizo or Latin American chorizo.
This
You
is
will
the
see
Portuguese one.
This is
This is
Portuguese.
fantastic. All right.
And Armando here is the master of
The chorizo.
of this,
He's the master of the chorizo. This guy is incredible. Thank you. Obrigado. Obrigado, obrigado here in Portugal
Obrigado
means
thank you.
thank you.
Okay.
Obrigado. Obrigado. And it comes from a beautiful term in Portuguese known as obrigação.
Yeah.
Right? And obrigação actually means obligation.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing to say obrigado, because when you say obrigado, right, it's as if I was saying it's my obligation.
Of course, yeah. That's one thing you must do.
You must do. It's my obrigação, and now I'm going to tell you it's my obligation to eat the octopus.
Of course
Let's do
it
it.
is.
All right.
Let's go.
Wow. That has got to be one of the best things I've ever tasted. This is incredible. Stay right there. We'll be right back with more of the Soccer Academy from the beautiful country of Portugal. Welcome back to the Soccer Academy. We're in Lisbon, Portugal. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Taina, como vai? Tudo bem? Tudo bem. Sorvete, por favor. Sin açúcar, without sugar. Because I know you have a lot of flavors without sugar.
Sugar-free?
It's sugar-free? Yes, and I love coffee. So I think we're going to get one coffee, one nochola, sugar-free, because for soccer players, futebol, you can't eat a lot of sugar. So sin açúcar. For the soccer players. And how do you say ice cream in Portuguese? Sorvete?
Sorvete.
Sorvete, I love it. Fantastic, I can't wait. One nochola and one café. Obrigado, Taina. Você é fantástica. Oh, nice and creamy, nice and soft. I love that. Sorvete. Muito obrigado. Oh, sorvete bom. Obrigado. Até logo. Oh man, this is what I'm talking about. Sorvete do Portugal. This is beautiful ice cream made right here by hand in Lisbon. Now we're at a famous restaurant called A Licorista. Tell us a little bit more about it.
It's not only a very famous restaurant, it's one of the oldest restaurants that we have in this area named Baixa, okay? It used to be two separate shops. A Licorista used to be a liquor shop, and O Bacalhoeiro used to be a coffee shop. Now it is a restaurant, so here we have a collection of some of the most important tastings in Portuguese tables, which would be the sweet flavors. Okay?
For sure, but there's also some cheese here and some crackers, right?
Here's the thing, this cheese over here, it's a sheep cheese.
Sheep cheese.
Yeah,
Wow, this is phenomenal.
From the mountains of Portugal. There's actually one mountain in Portugal named Serra da Estrela. So this cheese is from there. It's usually paired with this flavor because the sheep cheese is buttery, really soft, and a little bit salty. When you get it to the sweet flavor.
But what a beautiful mix, right? I mean, you take a little bit of the salt with some sweet, right? And you combine it with that creamy taste, and it is awesome, isn't it?
It's heaven.
Oh yeah, heaven in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now we also have, after that, we have some of these wonderful desserts. So tell me, what is this right here?
This over here was adopted from France. Actually, you may have seen crème brûlée.
Crème brûlée.
In a few minutes, we're gonna get this burnt to have a crust on top of it. Here we call it leite crème.
Leite crème.
Leite crème.
Which is basically
crème brûlée.
Crème brûlée.
It's basically like that.
Leite is the Portuguese word for milk.
And
creme is cream.
Exactly.
Yeah. Milk cream.
Milk cream.
Yeah.
And finally,
and we put it on fire.
But
we got to be careful, right? We can't eat too much of that stuff. Just so it gets crunchy enough.
Yeah, get crunchy enough.
Whoa, look at that. That's incredible. Thanks for joining us here on the Soccer Academy. And remember, if you want to know more about the Soccer Academy, all you got to do is log on to www.soccer www.socceracademy.tv. That's socceracademy.tv. God bless you. We'll see you again soon.